the end of the game and then in overtime?
Oh man, you just believe. You just believe every snap.
No, it's the best, man. He's our fearless leader, man. That guy's the most competitive human being I know, and we love him for how he leads this team, both on the field and practice throughout the week. And right now, man, it's he's leading us into victory, man. It's the best.
All right, that is Travis Kelce. Welcome to Altitude After Dark with myself and Coach Sanford, and the Chiefs got it done. We got a ton to get to today, including CU's pathetic performance in the fourth quarter over Arizona State, Shedur's debut, and a full slate of NFL games. So despite the Broncos not having anything, we got plenty to talk about, Coach. So initial thoughts, just real quick, about the Chiefs win, and we'll get to all sorts of stuff. But initial thoughts about it.
Yeah, I was rooting for the Colts. I was ready to pour gallons and buckets of water on Patrick Mahomes, and I didn't want. I don't want to be afraid of the Chiefs, but the reality of Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs is that they might actually be better suited for running the postseason in a year like this that has some uneven early season, middle of the season vibes, and then there's a turning point. And I felt like the game against the Colts it felt like a de facto turning point for a team. That was at the time the 9-2 Colts. They had a 20. Am I right in saying it was a 20-9 lead? Is that right? It was 17-9, and I believe they scored.
That sounds about right to me. Yeah.
And to me, it's like, okay, this is it. This is the reign of terror is officially ended, and the Broncos and the Colts in back-to-back weeks are gonna eliminate Patrick Mahomes. But then Patrick Mahomes does what he does, and. Like I'm not afraid, but here's what everybody says. I got into this.
Like you're afraid.
No. Here's what it comes down to. Would you rather play Daniel Jones in the playoffs or Patrick Mahomes?
I'd rather play Patrick Mahomes at home.
Okay. I don't think
there's
the
a
Colts.
lot of lines here. Well, let me answer your question with a question. Would you rather play Patrick Mahomes at home or Daniel Jones in Indianapolis?
I would rather play Daniel Jones, period, because he is incapable of winning significant high leverage games. Even in the Giants franchise, when he was a guy, man, he was the toast of New York for a hot minute. But then, of course, the other shoe fell off in the postseason. I never believed that the Colts were going to win out. Like the Colts are going to lose football games. The Chiefs are going to end up being a playoff team after that game, brother. Good, bad, or indifferent. If you're okay with that as a Broncos fan, and you're like, all right, bring them on again. All I'd say is buyer beware. Tough to beat a team 3 times in a year, especially when they got Patrick Mahomes on their team.
Well, I don't think we're gonna have to bother if we're the number 1 seed. We're gonna have a bye week, and the Chiefs will just lose on the road. I'm not worried about it at all.
Could be.
I mean, I know you're not trying to sound scared, but. Well, first of all, let me just tell everybody about the great Journey Spice, and I'm going to get to you. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to eliminate you. My bad. I just want to say,
I'm a Journey Spice guy.
Yeah, we're both Journey Spice fans. And with this QR code, you can go to Amazon.com and you can save yourself 10% using the code Get Spicy. Locally owned and operated, organic, which is absolutely fantastic. Great gift for anyone. And on Thanksgiving, Moroccan spice rub on the carrots. How about some good barbecue on the mac and cheese? That Heartland rub, any side. And yes, sheet pan roasted veggies with Mediterranean herb blend and za'atar. I mean, these are just, you take those potatoes and you put the savory garlic herb, you put it on it or you put it in it. I don't care what you do, but you get your Journey Spice, and more on our great friends Journey Spice in just a little bit, but use that QR code and you're going to be great. Coach, you sound like a scaredy cat, brother. And the best way for the Broncos to have the number 1 seed is to actually not have to be tied with the Colts. It's as simple as that, because the Colts have the tiebreaker over the Broncos. And I am a little mystified that you would rather be the 2nd or 3rd seed. And have the Chiefs
because
for the playoffs?
No, because the Colts are going to lose more games, as evidenced today. Right? Their Colts are a mirage. That is not a legitimate Super Bowl contending football team. They're not. The Denver Broncos played like absolute buns against the Colts. Daniel Jones pulled the biggest rabbit out of his rear end and just fit a ton of balls against tight coverage. And it was a perfect game. Then, of course, Jonathan Taylor's the real deal. But guess what? In the NFL, when's the last time you saw a running back stay healthy for the entirety of a postseason run? Saquon Barkley's like the one outlier, and that was last year. And look at him this year. Jonathan Taylor has been ridden hard and hard.
Brother, hold on a second.
Dude, the Colts are not going to – the Broncos will win more games in the remaining 6 games than the Colts are, period. So it doesn't – head-to-head's not going to matter.
Well, what do you think the Chiefs are going to do the rest of the season?
They're going to win a lot of football games because they got Patrick Mahomes, and they caught lightning in a bottle.
How about what Dallas did to Philly? Dallas.
Hey, listen, I want Kansas City way the hell out. I want them donezo.
It's gonna happen, bro. And here's why. They're gonna lose to Dallas on Thursday. Okay?
Really? Okay.
Yeah, really.
All right.
Dallas.
Have you watched their defense?
Did you watch the game today against Philadelphia? And
they got a win. It's a great win. Yeah.
Did you watch Houston over the weekend? You see what they did?
Yep. Houston looked pretty good. Houston played Thursday, right? Beat Buffalo.
Buffalo.
They look good, man.
Well, those are the next 2 games for the Chiefs. So I don't know about Indy, man. I'm not scared of Indy either. I'm not scared of Indy or Kansas City. But
who are you scared of?
Nobody. As long as the Broncos are home.
Are you scared of say New England stays on this torrid pace?
Not scared of New England. They almost
What if you have to go there?
Yeah, that would going anywhere would kind of suck.
I
go anywhere. All right, but like at home, I'm good anywhere. I might be a little bit nervous about the Rams in the Super Bowl. Yeah,
they look like a dang juggernaut, don't they?
You got me on that one.
The Rams are basically they look like they work for a company, and they're executing like Darren McKee and Mike Sanford on Altitude After Dark right now as employees of Cronky Sports and Entertainment. Do they not?
Well, we're company men, but listen, you don't have to be a company man to see what's happening there. It is, if you're not paying attention, and I don't know why anybody, frankly, would be paying attention at this point to this game. It's 31-7 at this point. With
I thought it was going to be a great game.
Well, it's not.
I know. Didn't you think that, Baker Mayfield hurt his shoulder? Gosh, not good in Tampa. Although, hasn't Tampa for a while, even last year when you watch the Broncos get after him, and then they had this nice little run. Doesn't Tampa kind of feel fake?
A little fake, yeah. And a little.
I just think their defense stinks.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I got to be honest. I haven't really studied Tampa a ton this year. I mean, they're really not on the slate. We're not playing them. We're not gonna play them. They're kind of like a big whatever. Every year or so, there's maybe 4 or 5 NFL teams that just don't matter. And this year, the Buccaneers are one of them. The Rams, though, I mean, my God, what Matt Stafford is doing these days. I mean, he has 3 touchdowns already, gets 1 more. Would that be 4 games in a row with 4 touchdowns? Something like that?
He's not throwing it to the other team, man. You know who looks unbelievable right now? And it's a guy that we talked about in the offseason, and I was just clamoring for it. Davante Adams. You imagine Davante Adams in Denver, how good that would have been. And yet the Rams were able to find room for Davante Adams. And they weren't worried about usurping the wide receiver 1 status of Puka Nacua. Just bring him on. Let's get all the wide receiver talent in the world. And yet a lot of us here in Denver were saying, well, you don't want to really mess up the chemistry with Courtland Sutton. Man, I think you hoard really good playmakers at the receiver position if you have the ability to bring them in and pay for it, which probably ended up being the problem there. 1
week at a time. Denver has to continue to win. Washington can be a pro blemish, even with their QB on IR. Listen, we'll get to Washington later on as we get into Turkey Week, and I'm not worried about though. I mean, listen, every game's tough in the NFL. Games on the road are tough. I don't take anything for granted, But the Broncos are just winning one-score games left and right, so I'll just say they'll win another one-score game until they prove me wrong. So you were disappointed by the Chiefs pulling it off, and I was actually kind of pumped up for it.
Yeah, it's a good argument. Cliss, I'm on Broncos tonight here in about whenever this game's over. But we pre-recorded it, so sorry for spoiling the fact that we pre-recorded. Right. It was only about an hour and a half ago, but and we got kind of the same argument. He has the same exact opinion as you, which is now you control your destiny. I always think about, you want teams that have the propensity to get hot and be legitimately scary. You want those teams to crash and burn. But if the Broncos are who we all believe they can be, and the Broncos, I think, believe that they are, then it doesn't matter what happens with the Chiefs. It doesn't really matter. We knew the Colts were going to lose 1, 2, or 3 more games. That's my opinion. I don't think that team is going to be a team that's going to end up. Clearly, it's not going to be a team that was going to go 15-2, right? It just isn't going to happen. Could the Broncos go 15-2? Yeah. Are they going to? Probably not, right? But could they? I think they could.
I hate, with a red hot passion, the Christmas Day short week Thursday game in Kansas City.
That's another reason why I wanted Kansas City to lose today.
All right, but listen, dude.
Think about the Chiefs lost today, and then the Chiefs do what you think they're going to do, and that's lose to Dallas, and then lose to Houston. Then game would have been Carson Wentz 2.0 game, possibly, right?
I don't know, man.
You would have seen Remigio as the running back or whatever the guy's name is.
I don't think so. I think the only game in the NFL calendar that I think teams really do just pack it in on is the final game, Week 18. I really do believe that, Mike. Up until that moment, there's always something that sort of matters. And a national game, a game on national TV on Christmas, that is not one you mail in. You mail in the next one, as the Chiefs did last year when they had nothing to play for. Week 18, there's a reason why fantasy football, by the way, not that it matters, but they always wrap up their Super Bowl, their championship game in Week 17, not Week 18. Fantasy football.
We got breaking news. Breaking news.
What do you got?
I'm going to say you heard it here first. A Shefty bomb. Shefty, you can listen to him tomorrow, I believe, on Altitude Sports Radio in the morning.
I am.
Kreckman, no. What are all the acronyms?
Mosier,
I forget.
Mosier, Lombardi, and Kane.
Okay, excuse me. Mosier, Lombardi, and Kane. Chip Kelly has been relieved of his duties as the offensive coordinator of the Las Vegas Raiders after a absolutely disturbing performance for basically the entire year for that offense. And
well, I tell you what, save your thoughts on that just 1 second, because why don't we spend some time on Shedeur and that game in a second? But first, this from Journey Spice.
There's a world of flavor out there, and to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
Thank you, Journey Spice. You can use the code GETSPICY at Amazon.com, and whatever those sides are for Thanksgiving, it'll go so much better with Journey Spice. And you have time. You can go on Amazon right now, order Journey Spice, and have it on your dinner table for Thanksgiving. Okay, I got a bunch of stuff from this game. Of course, Shedeur Sanders, first time in I think 17 years, something ridiculous like that. First Browns rookie to win their first game.
Wow.
I swear to God, it's something like that. I'll get the exact number here in a second. So I want to take you through the story of this game, and then we can get to some comments about the Raiders and Prime, and we're going to get back to CU ASU in a second. So we'll work our way back to it. But the story of this game probably starts, Coach, whether Prime was going to go out there, and he did. There you go. Walking out, Bailey Zapkin. There's that. Cool moment, right?
We got us, baby. Got us. The work already been done, bro. We already worked for this shit. You feel me? It's us. Let's do it. We believe. I believe in God. I believe in me. Let's do it. Hey, win on me. 1 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
All right. You like that moment there, Coacher?
Sure. Yeah. Heck yeah, man. Hey, Coach Prime being there, I mean, whether there's going to be conversations about should he be worrying about his own team or not. I mean, he's Coach Prime, man. That's who you hired a very an outside the box hire at CU. So you guess what? You enjoyed everything last year. Did you not, CU fans? Did you love all the hype and the pomp and the circumstances? Yep. So it goes with the territory. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm not going to, just because it's bad right now for CU, I'm not going to say that I'm going to throw tomatoes in the face of, in the direction of the Sanders family. I was rooting for Shedeur, man. I love Shedeur. I think he's a really confident player, and I think confidence begets confidence. I think even Shedeur, what he said right after he embraced his father, that family, especially Shedeur, and even more so Coach Prime. I mean, that family just oozes swagger, and I think that it's infectious. That's the first time that the Cleveland Browns have looked like a competent offense in quite some time. Scored 24 points. They look better than the Denver Broncos did against the Raiders.
All right. Well, here's Shedeur before the game.
What do you hope to show against this Raiders defense, your teammates, yourself, and these Browns fans with your play today?
I'm who they've been looking for. Appreciate it.
That's the Sanders.
That's what you said.
That's the Sanders.
And here we go with Shedeur. After the game, they got the win. A couple things after the
game. It's amazing, off of 1 week of practice, you know what I mean? This 1 week of practice. So imagine, what a full offseason look like. It get dangerous. But it's just a 1 week of practice, so I'm just truly thankful, that everything happened. So
One more thing.
a lot of people want to see me fail, and it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen.
Okay, Coacher. And then I'll have some Kevin Stefanski in a second. But react off of that. Everything you just saw there.
It's exactly what Cleveland needs. It needs confidence. It needs hope. It needs a face. And Cleveland's missed that for so long. My only concern, the only reason that I'm going to be pumped, just tapping the brakes a little bit, and Shedeur was very good tonight in this area. He wasn't good in this area in his first appearance of his NFL regular season career a week ago in relief duty of Dylan Gabriel. But a guy cannot take sacks. He only took 1 sack today. 1 sack, and he only lost 3 yards. Ended up having 209 yards passing. The completion percentage 11 of 20, not great, but 1 touchdown, 1 interception, only 1 sack, and his rating was an 87.3. It's pretty good. I mean, there's been some games with our very own beloved Bo Nix that we would have taken an 87.3 as a passer rating. Would we have, DMac? We would have taken it against the Raiders a couple weeks ago. So I think there's a reason that CU rose so quickly in what I would say was a bit, I think their roster and maybe even the coaching staff, even at the time, felt a little bit like it was a glass house. But the guy that elevated the glass house was the one who just won his first start in the National Football League, the first time for a rookie to do that with the Cleveland Browns franchise in what had to have been forever. And that's Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders was the ultimate eraser for the CU football program. That's why I personally have a very high and favorable viewpoint of Shedeur, because I knew what was in place. And I know when a quarterback can elevate. Heck, I played a guy on Saturday at Legend High School that freaking 500 yards of offense himself. He was an eraser. He erases problems. He elevates the game. That's what I think Shedeur is. I do.
By the way, we are going to get to your game with some video coming up in a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Yes, sir. So
No.
we are going to get there. And you're so snarky wearing your Prime sweatshirt, by the way. I see you.
What do you mean? I'm celebrating Shador. You know what's funny? Have you ever been fired by a place and the first thing you do is go out and buy your replacement's hoodie? You know, I did. I've had this hoodie since December of 2022.
We're gonna get to see UASU in a second. I promise you, we're gonna get there in a second. But the big question is, if Dylan Gabriel has cleared all concussion protocols, will he come back? And before you answer, I want to play you Kevin Stefanski in the locker room afterwards. Okay. Now, I'll just tell you, the game ball went to Myles Garrett. They had 10 sacks. Garrett has 18 sacks. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So 3 today, right?
Okay. But I want you to note how Stefanski, how he mentioned Shador. Okay. So just take note of what they said afterwards in the locker room. Here.
How about Corey? Every single time you're out there pinning those guys doing your job. Great job. Offense wasn't perfect. How about that big play by Sam at the end? IB, huge play. Q, huge play. Harold making a big play. And then another rookie making his first start. Nice job, Shador. Well done. There's that old saying, save the best for last. How about that fucking defensive performance?
And then he goes on, and Myles Garrett gets the game ball. Okay, he did mention Shador, but Shador wasn't getting any game balls. Shador got a mention as well as a bunch of other guys. But come on, Coacher. You're a rookie, and you just won for your organization in your first start, and that hasn't happened in like 17 years, something along those lines. And you don't get nothing more than just sort of an aside.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Dylan Gabriel's going to be back. Oh, can you imagine though? Can you imagine in Cleveland what that'll be like if they put Dylan Gabriel back in the starting lineup?
Well, we all know who's going to get involved, don't we? Who's going to get involved publicly?
What do you think? Seriously? Really?
Who do you think's going to get involved publicly? Who's Cleveland's native son?
Oh, okay. All right. Wait, I got to think about it. Cleveland's native son.
I mean,
got me a little bit
the voice of Cleveland, the face of Cleveland sports over the last 25 years.
Who?
LeBron James.
Oh, snap. You think
you
so?
know LeBron James is going to get involved.
You think so?
Yes. He's going to be all about Shador, man. As he should. You know, and LeBron James is a diehard Ohio State fan, a diehard all Cleveland sports teams. That's his deal. Always has been. And he loves football. Just loves it. All about it, man. I mean, here's the problem. Kevin Stefanski clearly he's doubled down that he loves his guy, Dylan Gabriel, and I don't really understand why.
I have made a mistake. Let me correct myself before you finish real quick.
Yeah.
It's not 17 years as I'm looking it up. 30 years.
Jeez.
First Browns rookie QB in 30 years to win his first start.
Okay,
Dude.
So our guy, Dylan Gabriel, was one, I believe I'm looking at this correctly, 1-5 as a starter for Cleveland. Am I right?
I think
to the Vikings.
Right. Yeah.
Lost the Vikings. They scored 17 points. Lost to the Steelers. They scored 9. They did beat the Miami Dolphins, the hapless Miami Dolphins at the time. Lost to the New England Patriots. They scored 13 points. Lost to the New York Jets. They scored 20 points. And then the Baltimore game where he was 7 of 10 before giving way to Shador in that Baltimore game. Dylan Gabriel stinks. He's not an NFL quarterback.
He was good at Oregon.
He was okay, man. Like, dude, that's the best roster money could buy, and he couldn't get him out of the. Didn't they lose in the first? They lost in that Rose Bowl game.
Yeah, I mean, Oregon actually is in the top 5 this week. They may be better without him.
I think they are better without him.
They're better without him. Then.
Yep. I mean, Did Oregon never, did they ever make the college football playoff, Bo?
Oh gosh, I don't think so. But again, I don't think so. I don't know.
But it wasn't expanded, right?
No, it was not. It wasn't.
It was.
No,
it was
no.
a 14.
So I would say I would absolutely say no.
Yeah, correct.
But it wasn't expanded. No. What do you want to say?
That's it, man. Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback, the Cleveland Browns. Kevin Stefanski doesn't want him to be.
Doesn't have a choice now, right?
I think that Kevin Stefanski and I still stand by it that Kevin Stefanski and general manager, is he still the GM there? That Andrew Berry?
He still is for now.
Yeah, the two of them I think were completely on board with drafting Dylan Gabriel, and I think the two of them were completely not on board with drafting Shedeur Sanders.
I don't know if you caught this clip, but Antonio Pierce on one of them talk shows.
I haven't seen it too. Antonio Pierce for a year.
Well, this was interesting because on this show he said Shedeur was way high for us. We absolutely would have taken him if I was still around, and I believe
that's what we kept saying.
So the person that did survive. Now you could just simply say Pete Carroll, had nothing to do with it. And now you're telling me that Chip Kelly's gone, right? He's gone too.
Kelly fired just now.
He probably had some sort of say, don't you think?
Probably.
Who he wanted as a quarterback.
Yeah.
But Tom Brady might have been influential as well. So I'm just going to take Antonio Pierce at his word. Why? Well, first of all, it just makes sense.
It does.
To think that the future was Geno Smith was ridiculous. When you look at their backup quarterback situation, it was terrible. And why not? I mean, that made so much sense to me. So, and I'm sure the Sanders family feels that's the same. And I bet you dollars to donuts, Antonio Pierce is a little closer friends with Deion Sanders than, I don't know, Pete Carroll or Chip Kelly. And that even might go to some weird college stuff, because I'm sure Chip still has his finger in the punch bowl of college shizzle, in terms of who he likes, who he doesn't like, and that sort of thing. So my guess is that the Sanders family isn't too kind about the Raiders in general. So there might have been a nice little revenge moment there too. So I believe it. And I think Stefanski wanted nothing to do with them. I don't think Paul DePodesta, the director of strategy, who now runs the Buckies, I don't know if he wanted anything to do with Shedeur. I don't know how this happened.
Jimmy Haslam.
Maybe.
No, that's how it happened.
I still think this is
when you're the owner and you have what was it? Was it 5th round or 6th round that Shedeur was drafted?
Fifth round.
I mean, you're the owner, and you'd be like, I paid for all this, right?
Right.
All of it. Yeah. Why are we not taking that guy that took a CU program that some slap, named Mike Sanford was the interim head coach, and they were 1-11, and then they brought in a roster full of what was alleged to be Louis, even though really none of them are playing actively in the National Football League. Am I right in saying that? None of that Louis was.
We'll get to it in a second. Yeah.
But yet there's a quarterback that just completely elevates the play of everybody around him. And that guy's name is Shedeur Sanders. Why would we not want him on our team? I don't know.
To me, yes, I do think it came from Haslam. But I think another factor is they're building a new stadium and they want to super. Now, this is me on my conspiracy theory, okay? But
who's building a new stadium?
The Browns are in the suburbs.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. That's a big deal. And you want a Super Bowl in Cleveland, my friend, you're going to have to do certain things. I think it was getting embarrassing for the NFL that Shedeur wasn't drafted. Really embarrassing. Like collusion embarrassing. And I wonder. It's conspiracy. I don't have any facts on this one. But when I line it all up, you're angling for a new stadium and you want a Super Bowl. Now, in general, if you build a new stadium, you get a Super Bowl. But, Coacher, do you think anybody really wants to go to Cleveland for the Super Bowl or the suburbs of Cleveland? Seriously?
Have you ever You ever been to Chagrin Falls? Nice place, man. Really nice in the winter. Love Chagrin Falls.
I haven't been to Chagrin Falls, but I've been to Cleveland, Ohio, and Canton.
Mistake by the Lake, man. You don't like the Mistake by the Lake?
Dude,
The old Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that was built in the 90s and hasn't been updated too frequently. I mean, it doesn't sound awesome to you. You don't like being there in the heat of summer and just smelling the trash that is in their river and lake. You don't love that? Gosh.
my friend, I've had fun in Cleveland.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can get drunk anywhere in the world.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is cool, and yes, the drinks did flow. That being said, aside from that, a Super Bowl in Cleveland is a miserable concept. Listen, that's my own little conspiracy theory, and perhaps I'll leave that well enough alone.
You ready for my conspiracy theory?
Go for it.
I've recruited the entire country from 20 years of doing the college recruiting thing, and so I stay in cities, just like our friends Mark Mosier and Scotty Hastings. They travel around with the Nuggets and the Avalanche, so they stay in all these professional cities. I essentially did the same thing, but just I don't have a game at night. I would just go to the high schools during the day and check out a local ballpark. And, a lot of times it's spring recruiting, go see Major League Baseball games. Sometimes I go see an NBA or an NHL game just by myself. So I got to know a lot of cities. I would rather spend 2 nights in Cleveland, Ohio than I would in Houston, Texas. I think Houston is the most boring, soulless, gross city in America. I hate Houston.
Wow.
And the weather's not even good there. I mean, when it's the summer is disturbingly hot and humid and sticky and bugs, and it's just dirty, man. It's a dirty city. I hate Houston. Nothing good about it.
I spent a Super Bowl week in Houston, and it was just fine. But I'm glad that you're predisposed.
Houston
I got to tell you, everything about a Super Bowl is relative to, Sean Payton, where you are staying and where you're broadcasting from. So if you're staying near the stadium where the teams are and you're being chopped around to the best places, it's going to be cool. And maybe it would be cool in Cleveland too. But I've been to cold weather cities for the Super Bowl, and it sucks. And it's just something that Denver's going to, sort of have to deal with. And trust me, I'm rolling past Burnham Yards on the regular. And I don't get it. But, I'm not the most creative dude in the world. And perhaps they're going to build something that's going to blow me away. And they're going to have to. But, dude, I'm telling you, I rolled past that place a lot in my travels.
The problem with you, DMac, is that you don't have the culture, man. You don't have the culture.
I guess I don't.
It's a beautiful Sunday morning here live from Burnham Yards.
Yeah. If I had my Men in Blazers, I get my Men in Blazers plaid jacket. Perhaps
it is a Men in Blazers. We're here live at Burnham.
Old Ipswich is taking on Westchester.
We got Leeds and Burnham FC and Leeds United today.
It appears Arsenal is at the top of the table yet again. Again, I keep it all in the family. All right, let me tell you about my weekend in Boulder, okay? Me and my older son going to Arizona State, and he had like 20 friends travel from near and far, like 20 of them to go to this game. I bet they were
fully sober the entire weekend.
It was a hammer fest, and I got to see it in person a little bit, but, it was fine. And then my younger son, who is a CU student, actually had a job, and we've been on him to get his own money and work. And this is where it was. He told us, listen, if this was worth me going to, I could have worked another night or whatever, but he did value making a couple of $100 more so than going to the game, which kind of broke my heart a little bit, right? Like, I want my son to enjoy his experience at CU, but he's been to several of the games, and, he actually covered the Buffs for our digital channel last year. So it's not like he hasn't experienced all of it. And seriously, Coach, if you were to experience last year, I mean, he was right there with Hail Marys and Baylor and the whole thing, like on the field, that type of experience. So for him to blow off a CU game, actually, he doesn't give a crap about me and my wife and us taking a nice family picture. He cares about making a couple $100. So, I mean, I kind of get it. And here's why. Here is the CU ASU game, my friend, at the 5-minute mark in the fourth quarter. That is from where I was sitting at the time. Okay. Now we're going to go back to the Arizona game. Same exact time in the game at the Arizona game, okay? If I didn't tell you that was a different game, would you even know?
No.
I mean, that's Arizona. This is Arizona State. I mean, a little bit more. I mean, I guess. But this is like being at the optometrist, Is it better or worse? Better or worse? Better or worse? And you just want to tell the eye doctor, shut the hell up. I can't tell the goddamn difference. But, that's the way it was, okay? So, and we still had some kooky things going on. Like we had, yeah, hold on a second. Let me get it. I got it. We had this again. This at their 40-yard line. All right, so this is Arizona, okay? And this is Arizona State. I mean, it's a smaller drunk crowd, I guess. Then we had this numbnuts at midfield. The takedown. And
was that the hit of the game?
That was well. Let's break this hit down just a little bit. We're going with the double leg takedown, and it was funny because I could see the security guard coming from 30 yards away. So, I mean, you want to break down this tackle? We're going to hit the Shadur. Perfect timing. I mean, pretty solid, right? I mean, he didn't.
I like the plumber butt finish as well. Elite plumber butt finish.
The tackle, he didn't finish the alligator roll like Pete Carroll teaches, but I mean, it was, it's pretty good top to bottom.
So no Ryan Staub, but Colton Allen got in. Colton Allen was a walk-on. He's a Valor Christian. He played quarterback at Valor Christian, and I think in 2021. Maybe the last time he went to a state championship. He's a walk-on there. It's Ryan Staub, he didn't even get the mop-up duty, huh?
That's all about. He did not. But the game turned, it was close.
Is Salter even there anymore?
I have no idea. Oh, yes.
Is he
yes. No, hold on. He is 100% because they had senior night and they announced his name and he walked out onto the field.
Did you see him?
Yeah, he walked out onto the field.
Did he look like he was into it, or?
Oh, he was so into it. He was so fired up.
I would love to have seen that, actually. I mean, because they paid him upwards of $750,000 to $1 million, I heard, to play quarterback there. Dude, Julian Lewis is so over his head right now. I don't even know how to explain it. First of all, this game was two terrible performing quarterbacks, and at the end of the day, it's bad football.
If you throw enough passes, Mike, you're gonna complete something.
But I mean, you have 38 attempts, and you end up throwing for 161 total yards, dang near half 100 attempts. You averaged 4.2 yards.
Dude, he was throwing forward passes, not screens. Forward passes behind the line of scrimmage all night. Yeah. I mean, and to be fair, he had a couple of drops too. And to really be fair, this game was 21-17 ASU into the fourth quarter where Julian Lewis completed a pass on 3rd and 23. And then the most remarkable moment.
Ronald Coleman, baby.
You want to talk to me about Ronald Coleman?
Ronald Coleman. I had never heard of him in my life. He is a 5'9", 160-pound sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida, birthplace Jacksonville, Florida, and he had a total of 0 statistical relevance in collegiate athletics, period, until he gets a carry with a 21-17 game. Buffs have the football.
Untouched. Loses the ball. On the next play comes the longest run from scrimmage that ASU had all year, 88 yards. for the tutty. Mike, you want to go over some of these numbers? I mean, it was staggering. Let me pull them up here for you. I mean,
How about this? DMac, how about this?
Yeah. Well, I was just going to, yeah.
Raleek Brown.
Yeah.
288 yards. The Colorado Buffaloes total 299 yards.
Yeah.
Did you go to the press conference?
I did not. I was there as a fan.
So you had a few toddies.
I was there for, well, yeah. We did stay the night. We had a great time. We loved going to the game. We stayed the night. We made a weekend of it, the whole thing. But no, I did not go to the presser, although I do. Let me play this for you quick, and then we can talk about that. But here's Prime on Ronald Coleman and why he played.
2 plays to me changed the whole course of the game. A fumble and explosion right after the fumble. The gentleman who fumbled, that's on me. I put him in the game to try to have a change of pace. Figure he was going to hit it, and he hit it, and he fumbled. It is what it is. Defensively.
Well, tonight, you mentioned change of pace, but what was it you've been seeing out of Ronald Coleman that you thought this is the time to get him?
Very explosive. I mean, even the play he was in, he hit it. He hit it. He was free. Nobody touched him. He hit it. He did what we thought he would do.
Coach, on a scale of 100 being the worst coaching decision of all time and 0 being you're smart, where would you put that coaching decision to put in Ronald Coleman in a 21-17 game when you do have Micah, Dalen, like, I don't know, real Division I running backs who had been actually playing pretty well?
Yeah.
Where would you put that decision?
Well, not knowing the full context, like Ronald Coleman is a walk-on. Am I right in saying that? Is that
correct?
Yes. Established?
Yes.
The game's being 21-17. That's the part that doesn't add up to me. Do you remember when Coach Prime loved my guy, Dakota Ridge's own Charlie Offerdahl?
Who, by the way, was allowed to walk out for senior night despite not being on the team this year.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes. Yes, I do remember that.
Charlie, like when I was coaching at CU, Charlie was like a very competent football player that would be able to execute everything in our offense with perfection. Handoff, protection, run the right routes. This young man, you could just tell when he was in the field, like when he got on the field, he looked like he was truly like out of his true natural habitat. Am I right to say that? Like he did not look like he was comfortable playing in that moment, let alone the fact that it's a chance for CU to win a football game against an ASU team that was top 25, right?
25.
Now, I don't think they're very good. I think they stink. I mean, I watching that game last night. That's 2 bad football teams. And now when you have Levitt back, he's a good player. I love Levitt. But with Sims playing, that's not a good football team. Not a good football team.
Sims has been, it's remarkable they've won any games with Sims.
It truly is impressive.
And they're on the cusp. Well, listen, the reason they won, Coacher, they rushed for 355 yards. Okay, dude. Raleek Brown had 22 carries for 255, as you pointed out.
288, including the pass game.
Yeah, and their defense actually is pretty decent. So
yeah,
I know what you're saying. And they have Jordan Tyson, who's going to be a first-round draft pick as a wide receiver. So
I coached him his freshman year.
Well, yeah. And they have that Nate Yard, whatever, huge tight end who's also going to play on Sundays. I know what you're saying, but it's much more about how bad Jeff Sims is as a quarterback. With Levitt, these guys were rolling, okay? And
I would say they were rolling. I mean, Levitt didn't Levitt lose 2 games as a starter this year?
They're 8-3, my friend. And the record says who you are.
Right.
And they've got a big game against Arizona. They needed some help from Cincinnati over BYU. They didn't get it.
Right.
So they're probably going to be on the outside looking in, but they're going to be right on the outside. What Dillingham has done with that program, and they started at the same time.
They did.
Prime and Dillingham started in the same time and had the same basic strategy. And here we are. I'm sorry to interrupt there, but Go ahead.
No, I just, I mean, I like Arizona State's program. The reason I'm hard on them is because after last season, I thought that Leavitt was going to have a monster year, DMac, a monster year. I loved Leavitt. I actually thought Arizona State was a team that was going to contend to be a legitimate, compete for the playoffs because of how they played against Texas. They go and lose to Mississippi State and scored a total of 20. Thought that was a pretty unimpressive performance. They did find a way to beat Baylor, who's a bad football team this year. They beat them by 3 points. And then losing to Utah 42-10 with Leavitt as a starting quarterback. That's not good. So I would say sorry, that was Sims. That was Sims. That was Sims. That was the first. I think that was the first start of Jeff Sims. So to your point, the Jeff Sims took over, and they were Sam Leavitt's last game was a victory against TCU.
Let me tell you something. At 21-17, with CU marching in the red zone, close to it.
No, they were knocking on the door, scoring, and I was like, I was like, my wife and I are sitting there like, dude, CU's gonna win this.
I was about to call my son and say, leave work now because you need to be running on the field.
Yes.
Let's get your ass here because you and whoever doesn't have a home to go to on Thanksgiving can run onto the field. It is fall. It's Thanksgiving break at CU, so a shocking amount of students are not there.
Right.
And it was the lowest attended home game since Prime has been the head coach. That being said, it was still way more occupied than I thought it was. Seriously. I was surprised how many people really were there, and then they just left in droves. They were leaving in droves when CU was down 11. I guess the game's over. There's no more hope here.
Did you go to any games last year?
I did not.
I went to a bunch. I went to.
It looked insane.
The last 2 years, I went to a Nebraska game when it was here. It was unbelievable, atmosphere-wise. I mean, just absolutely off the charts.
Yeah.
I went to the Utah game last year. Great atmosphere because CU was still climbing. Utah was actually tanking because they had, had some quarterback issues with Cam Rising. But I mean, it's changed a lot. Even I went this year to the BYU. I went to the BYU and Wyoming games this season. And I'd say the BYU game, that probably was the last time it felt like it did last year. And then after that, the wheels started to come off.
Well, next up to finish off the season is Kansas State. I got this video for you. Here is the coach of Kansas State. Now, they gagged it up against Utah. They had this game.
God, they scored a ton of points and rushed for 500 yards.
Well, I'll get to that in a second. But check out this dude. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head. But
Chris Kleiman. Chris Kleiman.
Very good. Thank you, brother.
You're
welcome. Chris Kleiman, after Kansas State blows this game to Utah, 51-47. Coach, you ever have those moments?
I have never in my football life seen. Is that in his presser?
Yes. After the game.
Was that when he was starting his presser, or is that in the middle of it, or is that the end of it?
Do not know. Not sure when that happened.
That is, the clip. That is wild. I don't understand. You know where he was the head coach at before Kansas State, right?
Talk to me.
North Dakota State, man. He was the Bison head coach.
Okay.
So it went in the high or whatever, the tenure. So who was our guy at Wyoming? I'm trying to blank on it. He's the OG North Dakota State head coach. Josh Allen's head coach. Craig Bull.
Oh, yes.
Craig Bull was the OG Bison head coach. And then Bull gets the head job at Wyoming. Kleiman gets the head job at North Dakota State. He was already on the staff. He had been the defensive coordinator. My dad was in the same conference as a head coach for both Craig Bull at North Dakota State in the Missouri Valley Conference. And then also when Chris Kleiman was the head coach at North Dakota State. I know Chris Kleiman fairly well. He's a good dude. He's a good coach. He's a tough, that North Dakota State brand is tough-minded. He is a broken man. That is a broken human being.
How about that?
That is crazy.
But let me tell you something. Kansas State is 5-6.
I know.
Okay?
They're fighting for bowl eligibility.
I get it. Their defense obviously sucks. I mean, okay. However, Mike, their offense ran for, are you ready for this? 42 carries for 472 yards.
Jeez. Against Utah.
Against Utah. Again, a reminder, Arizona State ran for 355 yards against CU's defense. Kansas State, I got it. Their defense sucks, but they piled up 472 rushing yards, Coach. What in the world do you think is going to happen on the final game of the season?
And this is in Manhattan, right? This is in Manhattan, Kansas.
Correct.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
Dude, you're going to have CU students. First of all, it's Thanksgiving week. None of the kids are going to be happy to be there.
Wait, where's this game?
Manhattan, Kansas.
Okay.
Yeah, but theoretically, you're preparing for the game during school break and Thanksgiving break. I mean, you might have a team dinner on Thanksgiving, but aren't you practicing? Aren't you getting ready for the game? You got to travel on Friday, don't you? I mean, or are we just seriously whatever at this point? I don't know, man. Like, what exactly is the preparation like this week? You've done it. What's it like?
Well, nowadays it's even different because people are starting to make their portal plans. That's the thing that's changed. It's where am I going to be next year? Or do they want me here? I think
and
even
there's another big twist too. That's Juju Lewis and his red shirt plans.
Ooh.
Huge decision. If he skips this game and your Valor guy Allen plays or whoever,
Colton Allen, baby,
Juju will still have 4 years left to play college football. So just some perspective.
What's your prediction on that very discussion?
I think his parents are going to tell him, Juju, we don't know if Prime is going to be here. We don't know where this program is going. Arizona State looks pretty damn good, my friend, with Kenny Dillingham, by the way, and what they're doing. If I'm his parents, there is no way Juju Lewis is playing in this football game.
Yeah.
Now, as a young man who's 18 years of age and can be incredibly influenced by somebody of the personality of Deion Sanders, left to his own decision-making as a young man, he's not going to have the same perspective as an adult. And likely he would say, damn right, I want to play. I'm a football player. That's what I do. So if I was advising Juju Lewis, I would tell him, based off the NFL draft, and keep in mind, Bo Nix was 24 years of age when he was drafted, okay?
Yep.
Keep that in mind. You got to compete against guys in the NFL draft who are 23, 24, 25. Happens all the time, my friend, and you are 18. I would no way have him play in this game against Kansas State. That's my take on it.
I think he plays because I think his family and him believe that he's not going to end up getting to a fifth year of college. He's going to be in the view of them would be that he's going to play in the National Football League.
Oh, that's really cocky, my friend. That is really cocky, because
I've recruited a lot of these same kids and talked to their families. Families are not always the most realistic about the current situation.
Well, can I just point out, Sam Levitt thought he was going to be an NFL player after this year, and he got hurt.
Yeah.
Can I point out that Jaden Daniels took his time through college, 5 years through college, okay? Needed that time. He's doing pretty good right now. Can I point out that how many years was Bo Nix in college? Now, I guess
100.
COVID in there, right? A little bit, right? So do whatever you want, Juju, but I would use all of that time in college football. How old was Shadur when he came out? He was 24, something like that, right? He was older.
He wasn't young.
So, if it's up to Juju and it's up to, I guess, does he give you the best chance to win? There's no way I shouldn't say that because the Kansas State defense obviously is garbage. Okay. I mean, obviously.
Have they been bad the whole year?
I don't know. I haven't looked it up, but I mean, man, you give up 51 points. I mean, they were up by like 10 points with like 4 minutes to go in that game and lost by 4. It was like that. It was pretty bad if you haven't seen the end of the Kansas State Utah game. So wasn't great bacon being shaken. Anyways, that's on the palette for college football, and we'll see where it goes. I want to wrap things up here, Coach. And we appreciate everybody watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you order up some Journey Spice. It was my fault that we didn't have your reaction after the Chiefs game, which I feel horrible about. So it's great that we can rejoin like this. And we'll be on again. I don't know what we're going to do. We're not going to be on Thanksgiving. That's ridiculous. But we'll figure something out. And certainly we'll be on TV and this after the Sunday night game. That's going to be a late one for us, Coacher, but we'll figure that out. Congratulations on what had to be the most insane high school football game of all time. I want to just play. I'm going to play Legend Going for 2, but I want your reaction to the entire. You know what? Let me back up. Why don't you walk us through the game and let me know when I should just play Legend Going for 2?
Yeah. So, Jay Keeps and DJ Bordeaux. It's a head coach, Jay Keeps, one of the best recruits in the history of the Pacific Northwest. Now the head coach also of Russell Wilson fame. He was the one that had the office at Dove Valley, and also still currently works with Russell Wilson. But also, people don't know about Jay Keeps. A lot of people do, but not everybody does. He runs the Elite 11, which is basically the top 11 quarterbacks in America. As rated. It's been going on since I was a high school athlete. I was a part of Elite 11 back in 99. That was started by Rob Johnson. Remember Rob Johnson of Buffalo Bills fame? His dad, Bob Johnson, was the original quarterback trainer. And that's Elite 11. It got passed on to Trent Dilfer, then passed on to Jay Keeps. He runs it. He did a great job of that team, man. And he's got a quarterback that I was terrified. I didn't sleep well this week because he's so crazily athletic. DJ Bordeaux was committed to Boston College, decommitted because of how atrocious the Bill O'Brien Boston College Eagles program is currently. And it just doesn't seem like a stable program is my read. I'd never heard that from him. But that young man ended up running for 242 yards in the game. And he threw for 205 yards. So he himself accounted for over 400 whatever yards. They played us really funky, and they kind of made us, hey, we're going to see if you can stick to the run game. And we did. We ran the ball 61 times. I called 61 runs for 349 yards, and it was kind of a battle of styles. Ended up having a 31-24 lead. We were running the clock out, end up scoring a touchdown, like a 65, 70-yard touchdown. And then you see the yellow flag in the backfield. It was a holding call on our tight end. Bring it back. So then we get a personal foul on another good run. And now it's all of a sudden. So we got to punt it. It's a windy day, punt it. And they got 37 seconds remaining, and they're about at midfield. No timeouts in the bag. And guess what ends up happening? DJ Bordeaux against our prevent defense. He doesn't throw it. He runs it. And he basically ran it twice. In the last play of the regulation before the 1 or 2 point conversion, DJ Bordeaux from the 16-yard line drops back, looks around, and it's like, screw it, I'm running. From the 16-yard line with 5 seconds remaining. You got to be kidding me. Makes a middle linebacker miss, and then it's our corner and safety and him at right about the 5-yard line, and he just hurdles over the top of him, does a flip, and he's in the end zone. And I'm sitting this is like I'm out of a movie. It was wild. It truly was. Anne-Marie said it reminds me of Friday Night Lights, the series. Like that was a Friday Night Lights football game on a Saturday at 1:00. So at that point in time, we had controlled, I think, the feel of the game because of our run game and our offensive line and leading into it. I think Jay Keeps is like, here's my opportunity. Ends up calling going for 2, and here we are. All right, here we go.
You get chills watching that.
I could hear Amory, that where that's filmed from. Amory's sitting right there. I actually can hear her. She's the one who's screaming in the background.
Yeah, I can hear myself.
Do you hear?
You can hear yourself. All right,
Yeah.
let me play it. All right, you know what? I'm going to leave your mic on when you hear her say Anne Marie.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Well, you muted your mic, so that kind of ruined that moment.
Oh, sorry. I can hear myself. Yeah, there were two of them, but
wow.
I can hear it twice.
What was walk me through that? So there's zeros on the clock.
Yep.
The season's on the line. Actually, I love the decision by Jake Heaps myself personally.
Yeah.
I mean,
It makes sense because of how we run the football, be honest.
What are the rules? And I don't even know the overtime rules in high school football. What are they? You don't know? You gotta be kidding me. You don't know the rules for overtime?
I think it's the 10-yard line thing. I think.
Oh my God. You don't know what the rules are for overtime.
I think it's the California high school overtime.
Oh,
Hold on one sec. Hold on real quick. Here we go. Hold on.
God.
Let's check it real quick.
Oh my Lord.
Jassa,
Is this really happening?
football.
This is not really happening.
Time rules. Here we go. You know what's funny is I've actually
Really?
broadcast multiple overtime games. I did this year's Arvada West. It's 10-yard line. It's 10-yard line series of downs.
Dude.
Each team gets one series of downs. It's just you rotate back and forth from the 10. So basically you're looking at it's goal line football. So
Oh my God! The fact that you just had to look that up is hysterical.
I knew it was so they call that the California high school overtime model,
Okay.
or whatever it is.
All right, whatever.
Hey,
Congratulations.
you know what's good because of this show?
What?
I'll be prepared if I get there against Dave Logan on Saturday at 1:00.
If you get to that moment against Dave Logan and Cherry Creek at the Stutler Bowl, a home game for them. First of all, kudos to you guys. This is going to be one hell of a game. But this is the moment that not to look past Mountain Vista or Ralston.
Yeah.
Not at all. I mean, they both beat you in the regular season, so not looking past them at all. But the entire season has been kind of mounting up to this moment.
Oh yeah.
With you and Coach Logan, two good buddies of mine. So, what's your feeling? What's your vibe? What was it like after this game? Like just everything. What are some of those details?
Just unbelievable. A lot of tears, just good tears of joy. Kids, the stories that you have a chance to live in high school football of kids like Channing Fox, our running back that we moved over to play defense also for the first time in his career. And he ends up having a strip sack fumble, ends up having a huge PBU. And he's just sitting there like he had 3 seasons basically ruined by collarbone, ACL. First year he's ever played a full year is his senior year. And just really cool stories like that. Just big hugs, lots of tears, and just the opportunity to move forward. I mean, I had talked to our team. I had a lot of respect for Legend, man. Legend went to the state championship. Really the same staff is in place, and they have a really good group of football coaches. They added DJ Bordeaux, who's he's so talented, man. It's crazy. He's insanely talented. And they returned a whole bunch of defensive players. They had the same defensive coordinator. Last year that was leading Cherry Creek at halftime, and I believe it was 13-0 at half in the state championship game last year. They ultimately fell. And Dave, I think ended up winning at 17-13 or 20-13 or something along those lines. But I just told our team, I was like, I really, really want this win over Legend because I really want to have a chance to play against the best in Cherry Creek and Dave Logan. That's something that we've talked about all offseason. Is that we want that challenge. I think a lot of people, there were people telling me what we should do in week 10 against Rock Canyon to try to duck being on Cherry Creek's bracket. And I'm like, no, ducking it. Like we're gonna play the best that we can play, and we want to play Cherry Creek when we play Cherry Creek. And and that's ultimately if you want to win the state championship in this state, you got to go through Dave Logan. He's been the standard bearer in this state. So I'm excited about it, man.
Yeah, whether you do it in the semis or the championship game, whatever.
Yep.
One way or the other, it's got to happen. And,
it's got to happen.
And man, that is going to be one hell of a tilt at 1:00. I looked it up. Saturday at Starler Bowl.
Hopefully there's a little snow, man. I heard there might be some snow, DMac.
I you know what? I was looking that up. Do you want there to be some snow?
I love weather. I love weather.
Oh, dude. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It might be our first real snow in Colorado, the Denver area of the year.
Let's go.
Ooh, you like that, huh?
Well, what did we do this past game against Legend? How many carries did we have?
61.
61.
Okay. All right. And on that note, thank you for liking and subscribing. Congratulations. And props to the Legend kids too. That must have been
they were awesome.
Whew,
they were awesome.
Thing. Was Bowlesy on the sideline with
no.
With Heaps?
No Bulls, no Knicks. Bo was at his Bo was at his dad's. I was hoping Bo would be on our sideline and Bulls would be on their sideline, have a little duel. But Bo was at his father's playoff game, and I think Phoenix City. They ended up losing, so they're out of the state championship. They lost in the semis, I believe, maybe quarters. So
back in Alabama, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, you're the best. Thank you for watching, everybody, and we're about the Washington Commanders, and the Chiefs did win. The Colts lost. The Broncos control their own destiny. Shadur wins. Dion loses, and we are. Oh, never mind the Avalanche and the Nuggets. A stinger by the Nuggets on Saturday night, but back to back shutouts by the Avalanche, coach. First time in franchise history on a back-to-back day.
And it was a black. It was a black. It wasn't it. It was a wood and it was a wood then a wood, right? It was a black then a wedge.
It was full wood. It was black then a wedge. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. There's a black and then a wedge. A lot of wood, man.
A lot of wood.
Love wood.
All right. On that note,
which one are you, a dog or a cat? Exactly. Let's go.